1:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe, assisted by Nilusha Jayamana and read by Mario Vijayawardena. The headlines. The President says that creating a people-centric economy is his fundamental aim. The National Export Agricultural Zone Programme launched in Hambantota. The UN Human Rights Commission seeks 3 more weeks for the final draft on Sri Lanka. The Samagi Jana Balawegaya says certain volumes of the Easter Sunday Commission report are incomplete. In foreign news, Europe faces increase of COVID-19 variants. In sports cricket, Chris Gayle and Fiddle Edwards recalled to West Indies T20 squad. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says that creating a people-centric economy is his fundamental aim. The President mentioned this while attending the Gama Samaga Pilisandarak program, which is underway now at the Adampan Kewilakadavala School at the Gomarankadavala Divisional Secretariat area in the Trincomalee district. The President said that ministries have been established and secretaries have been appointed under a streamlined process to make the Vistas a Prosperity Statement a reality. The government has paid attention on the farming community, who are the main factor of the economy of the country. The President said that the necessary concessions and encouragement will be given to them. 1 million COVID vaccines have been brought down to the country. The program to provide 100,000 jobs to eliminate poverty is being implemented successfully. 35,000 jobs have been given under the first phase. The President says the second phase will be launched soon. The President pointed out that a clear policy should be implemented when implementing development programs. The President pointed out that the government should identify lands to be cultivated and the Ministries of Lands and Agriculture should be taken action in that regard. He said that the relevant authorities should identify agricultural lands and educate the farmers on the expected harvest from those lands. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa says that a new cultivation project will be launched island-wide. The Prime Minister said the government will minimize imports and promote local products. The Prime Minister mentioned this today while attending the inauguration ceremony of the launching of the export agricultural zones in select areas of the country. The ceremony took place at the Angurukala Palace, Kasagala Rajamahaviharya this morning. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa pointed out that the government has been able to increase the export agriculture income to 73,000 million rupees in 2020, which was 63,000 million rupees in 2019. He emphasized that new inventions should be made in the country. The Prime Minister said that the government aims to strengthen the family economy to grow the local economy. Minister Chamal Rajapaksa said that measures will be taken to increase revenue through exports in the plantation sector. The government has taken steps to develop irrigation in the country. Minister Chamal Rajapaksa said that crops should be grown in all the lands where crops can be cultivated to reduce the cost of living. The minister emphasized that the government is implementing development projects to achieve the target. Minister Ramesh Patrana said that paddy can be sold at competitive prices now. The government has been able to double the income of farmers through this. Minister Patrana said the government has taken steps to encourage growers. State Minister Janaka Bakkumbura said plans have been drawn up to launch 121 sport villages this year. He said that steps will be taken to promote turmeric and maize products too. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The government expects to submit recommendations to the proposals presented on Sri Lanka at the UN Human Rights Council. The UN Human Rights Commissioner's office said that it will take another 3 weeks to complete the draft on Sri Lanka. The Samagi Jana Balawegaya says that certain volumes of the Easter Sunday Commission report are incomplete. Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa has requested the government to immediately table the remaining volumes in Parliament. A working committee meeting of the party took place yesterday at its head office. Opposition leader Premadasa mentioned this to the media after the meeting. Police spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana says 2 suspects, including a woman who were in possession of narcotic drugs, have been taken into custody. The male suspect was arrested in the Ragama area during a raid carried out by the Police Special Task Force yesterday. STF officers have seized 750 grams of crystal meth, also known as ice, and 1.5 million rupees in cash from the suspect. Further, interrogations into him led to the arrest of a female in the Dehiwala area with 1 kilo of heroin. Meanwhile, the police have arrested 3,870 suspects during an operation conducted for 4 hours on Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the instructions of the IGP. The Vavuniya district roads that have been abandoned for a long time will be rehabilitated. About 272 kilometers of roads in the Vavuniya district will be rehabilitated under the Integrated Road Development Project. The Northern Provincial I-Road Project Director of Chinniya, Vatanakumar, for the Road Development Authority said 12,948 million rupees has been allocated for the reconstruction of roads with the contribution of the Asian Development Bank. That's local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddha Lepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddha Lepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddha Lepa Veda Mahatmya.
497 COVID-19 patients have been identified by this morning. 10 of them have arrived from overseas. The highest number of patients, which is 151, has been reported from the Colombo district yesterday. The total number of COVID-infected persons of the Minuwangoda and Paligoda fish market cluster is 78,819. More than 76,000 out of them have completely recovered from the virus. More than 82,000 patients have been reported from the country so far. 4,300 are undergoing treatment at hospitals. 5 deaths were reported yesterday. With this, the total number of deaths has increased to 464. That was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddha Lepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddha Lepa.
And now in Watchlight, the Water Supply and Drainage Board says that water supply to Colombo and its environs will be under low pressure due to the prevailing dry weather conditions. However, the Water Board said that water supply will not be interrupted. The water levels of the Kallatuava reservoir has decreased by 30 feet. The duty officer of the Kallatuava water supply system, Madhava Lalit Amaratunga, has requested the people in Mipe, Padukka and the Homagama and towns close by to use water carefully. That was Watchlight.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In world news headlines, Europe faces increase of COVID-19 variants. Japanese governors call for continued vigilance on COVID. More than 400 prisoners are on the run in Haiti. Coronavirus variants are spreading fast in Europe, prompting governments to introduce more restrictions. In France, more than 30,000 new cases of infections were counted on Wednesday, equaling the peak recorded in November last year. The government says the more contagious British variant accounts for more than half of people newly infected in France, and about 6% are from the other variants identified in South Africa or Brazil. In addition to a nationwide nighttime curfew, some areas now have weekend daytime lockdowns. The governors of about 40 Japanese prefectures have met online the day before the lifting of the coronavirus state of emergency for 6 prefectures. Many stress the importance of measures to prevent a resurgence in new cases. The National Governors Association convened an emergency task force meeting online today. The emergency declaration will be lifted tomorrow for 6 prefectures including Osaka and Aichi, but remains in place for Tokyo and 3 surrounding prefectures through the 7th of March. More than 400 prisoners are on the run in Haiti after escaping from a jail near the capital. Authorities said 25 people died following Thursday's mass escape from the Croix-des-Bouquets prison, including the director. The victims included bystanders who were caught up in the violence. One of those who fled, a powerful gang leader named as Arnel Joseph, was killed hours after escaping. Joseph was the most wanted gang leader before his arrest in 2019 in the country. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. Europe faces increase of COVID-19 variant. Japanese governors call for continued vigilance on COVID. More than 400 prisoners are on the run in Haiti. That was world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
And now in development news, the Sri Lanka Coconut Cultivators Association and the Selinco Insurance Company, under the guidance of the Coconut Development Authority, jointly launched a special insurance scheme for the sector, which is a first for Sri Lanka. Under this novel insurance program, Selinco Insurance proposes to compensate and provide a sustainable insurance solution to the coconut cultivators on behalf of the damages caused in various ways to their cultivations. That was development news. And now in sports news, in cricket. Chris Gayle has been recalled to play for the West Indies for the first time in 2 years, while senior fast bowler Fidel Edwards is back in the national squad after a 9-year hiatus. Both Gayle, who is 41 years old, and Edwards, who turned 39 this month, have been named in West Indies squad for the 3-month T20I series against Sri Lanka, which will be played between the 3rd and the 7th of March at the Coolidge Cricket Grounds in Antigua, which will be making its international debut. He last played for West Indies in their home series against India in the wake of the 2019 World Cup, which the former West Indies captain had at one stage said would be his final international appearances. In Formula 1, Charles Leclerc says Ferrari have made quite a good step with their 2021 car, but admit it is too early to say how well they can perform. Ferrari had their worst season for 40 years in 2020, but the team has worked hard on fixing their main weakness, which was speed on the straights. The 23-year-old was speaking at the official launch of the Ferrari team before the new season. In rugby, former England wing Ugo Monye says Premiership Rugby does not care enough about racism in the sport. In August 2020, the league helped launch the Rugby Against Racism initiative and started giving time before games to honour equality. But 7 months on, Monye told media he felt the Premiership's actions were just lip service and nothing more than PR. That was sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
ISM APAC, part of the Dutch-based leading e-commerce solutions provider, ISM was ranked among the best workplaces in Sri Lanka for 2020 by the Great Place to Work Sri Lanka. Additionally, it was also recognized among the best small and medium workplaces in Sri Lanka. The company first made it to the list of best workplaces in Sri Lanka in 2017 and was later certified as a great workplace in 2019 as well as 2020. That was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic News, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
State Minister Professor Channa Jayasumana said that the government plans to export locally manufactured pharmaceuticals to African and Southeast Asian countries by 2024. He said that special attention is being given to encouraging public-private pharmaceutical projects, adding that foreign investors involved in the international pharmaceuticals market would be invited to begin joint ventures. Professor Jayasumana said the State Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Corporation has plans to set up a factory at Rathmalana. He added that it will be commissioned in 2023. That was Economic News.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And now for the weather report. The Met Department says showers or thundershowers will occur at a few places in Rathnapula, Gala and Mathura district during the evening or night. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the central, Sabaragamuwa, Uva and western provinces and in the Gala and Mathura districts during the morning. That was the weather report, and now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The President says that creating a people-centric economy is his fundamental aim. The National Export Agricultural Zone Programme launched in Hambantota. The UN Human Rights Commission seeks 3 more weeks for the final draft on Sri Lanka. The Samagi Janabalavega says certain volumes of the Easter Sunday Commission report are incomplete. In foreign news, Europe faces increase of COVID-19 variants. In sports cricket, Chris Gayle and Fiddle Edwards recalled to West Indies T20 squad. That concludes this news broadcast, and now it's back to your host as always on a Saturday afternoon, Niranjan Abesundara, to keep in great company as always. Over to you, Niranjan.